I'm Kaylin, your abundant relationship coach. That means I'm the one who's going to help you take fighting out of your relationship, put more love and romance back into your relationship, and put true fulfillment so that you have a happy, loving relationship. So that you guys want to be together, like you really want to spend time together, like, maybe he'll still want to watch games, but maybe he'll really be into taking you out afterwards and, really look forward to being with you. So this video is for the ladies. Doesn't mean the gents can't watch. I'm just going to be addressing more of the ladies' side of things. Ladies, here is the number one way most women manage to screw up their relationships. Now, I always say it takes two to tango. And so I'm not saying you're to blame. I'm saying that the only thing you can work on is your side. Don't bother trying to fix him. Because last I checked, as much as, I have 100 different apps and they all do different things, none of them fix him. There is no cure to fixing someone else in your life. Let it go. The number one way that women screw up their relationships on their side is that they try to be in control. Don't try to control him. Don't try to change him. You either love the person you're with or you don't. You have to accept them the way they are. You have to really focus on what you love about the beau in your life. When you do that, everything starts to change. Why? Well, for one thing, anyone who's controlled tends to do things to fight the control. Another way of saying that is if you say to him, have you taken out the trash? Have you taken out the trash? Please take out the trash. How many times do I have to ask you to take out the trash? Then he tends to not take it out even more. Not to mention he gets really annoyed and irritated, frankly, just like you would if someone were nagging you. And that is a marker for a husband who's going to have an affair. Why? Because you have put him in a child mode. You're trying to tell him what to do. Hopefully you have this big strong beau in your life and he doesn't need to be told what to do. Yes, I understand. You're like, but Kaylin, he does this and this and this and this and I don't like it, I know. But have you met anyone who's perfect in your life? Your boss isn't perfect. If you have kids, they aren't perfect. Your parents weren't perfect. Your best friend isn't perfect. Forget it. No one's perfect. Don't expect him to be perfect. Let the control go, ladies. Let it go. So one of the hardest things I heard at the beginning of my marriage, and I have now been married for 16 years, when we were first married and having some problems, the advice I was given by my teachers was, let him take control of the finances. And I was like, but what if things fall apart? And they're like, let them. And it's kind of like, what? Oh my God, I can't breathe. What do you mean? But I just was so determined back then, and I still am, so determined to have a life in the flow, to have a life where law of attraction is going to bring me things, to be in the flow so that my energy is in the best place possible so that I can attract the best things into my life possible, that I said, okay, I'm going to be willing to let things fall apart. I mean, after all, what's really going to fall apart and break? I understand, we've had a real difficult economy, and you might say to me, the first thing that fell apart was we lost our house. That sucks, and if you've had something less difficult fall apart and break, that sucks. Pain sucks. Relationship problems suck. Life has its places that suck, but it doesn't have to. Why? Because things happen. And it's not whether or not things happen, it's more how it is that you respond to them, what you do with them. Let's say that you did lose your house, but then you guys fell in love, like you really found a new place in your relationship. Then it wouldn't suck. Then it would have been a good thing. Not that that's a guarantee that that's going to happen, but my point is, ladies, when we're in control, we turn our men into boys. And boys like to have other girlfriends. And they will seek a girlfriend because they're men. And regardless of their level of maturity, they have those sexual urges. They are men. They are mature men physically who will go out and seek out companionship. Are you a companion or are you a nag? Are you playing mother? Are you trying to mother your child? Sorry, your husband or your mate, But I got it right on because that's exactly what happens. Ladies, if you can let go enough of control, and I know it's not easy, and there are so many reasons why we shouldn't let control go. You know, there's so many reasons, and I won't get into that because that'll take me off course. But if you can let control go and let him be the man, you're going to be so much happier. I mean, being in control gives you a false sense of security. But what else does it do? It exhausts you. You feel like you have to be everywhere. You have to do everything all the time. It sucks. We've all been there. It totally sucks. Instead, when you let the beau in your life be the man and you let them lead, what happens is you really change the dynamic between the two of you. You can become the girlfriend. Like, wouldn't you rather be the hot girlfriend that he says is hot because he loves being with her and he likes taking her out and he likes making her happy, he likes doing things for her? From where I'm sitting, I'd way rather be receiving those things, that kind of attention from my beau, than being in control and telling him to take out the trash or to do anything else that you need done. It's true, I know. There are times when the trash doesn't get taken out. So you pick. Either you let it get a little stinky and then you know, if he says anything, you're like, oh, yeah, you said you'd take that out for me, you know, and you kind of take that receptive, let them out and come to you kind of approach. It'll only happen so many times because then when he does take it out, what you do is you're thankful. You praise him. You say that you really appreciate that he took the trash out. You say, you know, I'm here doing this and it was so nice of you to take the trash out, or whatever it is. Everyone would rather have appreciation come their way than nagging. Absolutely. And frankly, it is a great way to influence someone's behavior. So you leave the trash or you take it out yourself. At some point, if you take it out or if it stinks up, at some point he's going to come and take it out. The number one reason is because he's not being nagged. People don't usually have a problem with contributing, with doing something, especially if it's going to make you happy. The number one thing men are after, ladies, is making their girlfriends or wives happy. And in a spiritual relationship, or a spiritual partnership as I like to call it, we really want to seek out a relationship where we're building each other up, where we're our own wonderful person and we're building each other up. That means that he's making us happy because that makes him happy, and he's leading. He's being a man. We're being made happy, and we're taking care of him because we're female, and that's what we like to do in our gender flow. Nice end, isn't it? To be made happy instead of trying to control things. When you're trying to control things, you're unhappy. That means he's unhappy. That means he's going to go look for happiness somewhere else. Get happy, ladies. Enjoy your time with him. Forget everything else for a little while. For a little while, focus on what you love about him. Let the control go. Let things fall apart if they need to. And be happy. Do that a few times and watch to see what happens. Because the number one thing that's going to happen, he's going to notice you. Just like Oberon here is noticing me. He's going to notice you, and he is going to want to do it more. He's going to want to make you happy more often. Because that's the number one thing that men are after in love, to make their women happy. So, let the control go, and you're going to totally change your relationship, and you're going to turn it into a spiritual partnership. Because then you're in a position where you can both be far happier. You can both have a far more meaningful relationship, because the first thing you get to do is be yourself. You get to be you in the feminine flow, being made happy. Instead of trying to make things work, trying to fix things, trying to control things. And him, in that spiritual partnership, he's happy because he gets to be the man. He gets to be the leader, and he gets to bring you flowers, literally or metaphorically speaking. And that makes him happy, because when you smile and you're enjoying yourself, you brighten his life up. Because your beauty is something that he sees like no other man does. Because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It is a thing of perception. So when you let him perceive you, not as the nag, not as the controller, but as the happy, wonderful, loving wife, girlfriend, female, that changes everything. It's a game changer. Ladies, please be tuned in. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'd love a like. Catch me in my next videos One of them, I'll speak to the men, but plenty of them in which I'm going to help you turn your relationship, especially if it has fighting and feeling like you can't be yourself, feeling bound. I'm going to help you turn all that crap into a spiritual partnership that has meaning, it has true joy and fulfillment, and ladies, you're being made happy. Thanks so much for joining me and Oberon. This is my little buddy. It's my Zen thing at night. I love crocheting owls, so Oberon's here joining me. Thanks for joining me today. Until next time.